Okay, so I am sorry about this, but it is what it is. 7 years back when I was in 6th grade, our school gave us some kind of template, and it was basically for collecting money for some people with some disease. So I went all over my neighborhood and my relatives and ended up getting $247 in total. I was happy that this money is going to help some people, but what changed my mind? Maybe because I haven't had that much money before. So I kept all the money with myself, and I bought myself a phone with it, which my parents didn't knew I had. I hide it in flesh cover.
When I was 10 years of age, I vandalized my school bathroom with red felt tip. When my year was questioned in assembly, I got really nervous, and at the end of assembly, I told teacher that it was another student, who got suspended for a week or two. I felt bad then, and I still do now, even though it was in the past. I glued the two pieces of the chin rest back together, and it seemed to have worked, and everything continued as normal. Now, near the end of the class, I was packing up and getting ready to go to our core subject classes, and the other students in our same grade would transition into the orchestra room we were in, and I just so happened to forget about the super glue, and left it on the music stand. I was packing away my music binder, and the glue accidentally fell on the floor, and I was too lazy to pick it up. So I just left it there. This is where everything went wrong. The rest of the day was chaos. Kids were gluing their hands and fingers together, unable to then detach them from one another. So I'd say it caused quite the commotion in our school. Many of the typical rebellious kids were called to the principal's office to see if any of them were the culprit. But alas, none of them were. I was a good kid with superb grades, and very quiet, so no one suspected me as the culprit behind the superglue accident, and my friend never ratted me out either. The case went unsolved, and I was never caught. But this memory has stuck with me ever since, and now I feel the need to confess. It's pretty self-explanatory. Puberty and stuff tends to mess with you. My sister was still in school and my sheets were washing. Who wants to wank on a bed with no sheets? So I borrowed her bed. It was great. I was cranking it on her bed and didn't control myself, then came on her bed. Instant regret. Mom found out soon after, and thought it was her boyfriend. She got that long talk and got grounded. This had always been on my mind, but I kept it to myself. So cat's out of the bag, I guess. A neighbor who lived 3 doors down from me, which is where his car was parked, decided to run his mouth about a girl who wouldn't sleep with him, so he outed her for being HIV+. She also lived in the same apartment complex and was a dear friend of mine at the time. She was already going through a lot, as the complex we were living in was a drug rehab center and all tenants patients basically. When she told me what he was doing, I told her I would handle it, and that night at 2 a.m. I got drunk at the rehab center, crawled out of my back window of the apartment and threw a brick through this guy's car window. I casually walked back to my window, crawled in and went to sleep. The next morning I helped him figure what to do, and I made sure to reach in and touch the brick while he was watching me, so if the cops did pull prints I would be able to sail right past that little blemish in my story. This was a while ago, so I definitely got away with it.